Now, it is clear that the only hope the coalition has is for Atiku and Obi to run on the same ticket. I repeat, it is clear that the only hope the coalition, the opposition has is for Atiku and Obi to run on the same ticket. We have Labour Party, we have ADC, we have SDP, we have the PDP. Now the question is, the Obedient Movement, would they allow a P2B become vice to Atiku? Because as he stands now, Tinubu has taken charge of the opposition, except for the ADC, although there are some eyes in the ADC. Tinubu has taken charge of opposition in Nigeria. Labour Party is not sure for Peter Obi, neither PDP. We have a Jonathan that is warming up to contest for the next election. Like I said before, that when you look at the election 2027, one thing is clear. You must see Jonathan on the ticket, on the ballot. You must see Atiku on the ballot. You must see Peter Obi on the ballot. And also, one other person, Kwankwaso, you must see Kwankwaso on the ballot. But now, the problem is, will Peter Obi run independently? Labour Party is not sure. Labour Party has come out to say that Peter Obi, we are not giving Peter Obi our ticket. A Labour Party, are you not shocked that a Labour Party that came into limelight nationally just because of Peter Obi and the clout, 2023 clout, is saying that they are not giving the ticket to a Peter Obi that brought Labour Party to national limelight? They had senators, they had House of Rep members, they had state assembly all over Nigeria. They even had a governor. If not for the mago that was done, at least they should have had more lawmakers or more governors than what they had in Abia State. The Labour Party is saying that Peter Obi, no show for you. So Peter Obi has no option. Maybe that was the grand plan. I don't know how the Obedient Movement will see it, but I'm sure with the way things are, the coalition, they are not ready to remove Tinubu. They are not ready. Forget this one that Erufai is shouting from left, right, center. He's shouting that Tinubu wants to become president for life. Let us come together. Atiku self no one agree. You see, the coalition members, the coalition politicians, most of them are having selfish interests. It is that selfish interest that will stop them, that will work against them 2027. The APC is organizing itself left, right, center. They are employing people, media people, digital media people, young people to man the media by 2027. Like I said, you see, the coalition has so many things they can say against Tinubu. So many things. They have so many instruments on their hand. The past 2 years of Tinubu, they have so many things they can use to demarcate the APC. But they are not utilizing it. They are not united. They are not coming under one umbrella. Tinubu has made it difficult for them to run solo. If Atiku runs solo with Tinubu, Tinubu will beat Atiku. Not because Tinubu has the capacity. It is because of the system of things. The way things are structured politically. Like for Atiku, North and South sentiment, Atiku is structured out because he's a Northerner and a Fulani. Yes. Southern Nigeria will determine who becomes president from now on, not even Northern Nigeria. Don't even see. When we talk about trends, the current trend now, maybe it used to be Northern Nigeria. With the influence politicians had in the past, they can influence elections because of their positions and how they have been threatening everybody not to remember, not have the numbers. Some lawmakers will tell you that I don't have problem with my northern counterparts. I don't have problem with this person. If it was then, we can say Northern Nigeria will determine who becomes president. Even when Buhari ran for presidency, he was getting 10 million, 12 million, millions of millions. He could not beat the incumbent. Yes, he could not get re-elected until a support came from the southwest, southern Nigeria, before you saw him as president. Even during the primary itself, Atiku will run, leave PDP. Atiku will abandon PDP then, enter APC. He wanted to contest during the primary. And normally, you know, say Atiku sabi win primary past any other person. I never see any politician will win primary like Atiku. The kind of stunt Atiku pulled for Wike, Atiku and Tambuwal, what they did for Wike, till tomorrow, Wike never recover. till thy kingdom come, we can never recover. So Atiku knows how to win primary. But when they had the primary that was to bring in Buhari, Tinubu found a way to play politics to stop Atiku. I'm telling you, from getting that ticket. Yes, even the Buhari said they should all rig him out with his whatever. So a Southerner played a pivotal and interesting role during Buhari's emergence. Northern Nigeria could not even deliver it. But now, we're going to watch, we're going to see what in Southern Nigeria going to bring up. Southern Nigeria is going to determine who becomes president. Especially the Southwest. Southwest, you see how many people, how many votes, new voters. Almost 2 million. Almost 2 million new voters. We are not talking about all those votes where we say, no, they can't vote, where they never harvest. The one where get voters card will never come vote. During 2027, you go see the mobilization. The last elections, local government elections, I saw some old men saying that they must collect money before they vote. They must be part of those that they gave money. So now, with the poverty, with the way the economy is going, the voters are not even looking at whether this candidate is good or not. They are looking at who is going to give us money. And the APC is ready. Whether whether they will go and borrow the money from World Bank to pay voters, the APC is ready. We know the kind of politics Tinubu can play with sharing money. The APC is ready and up to the task. When you look at the opposition, the coalition, how would they be able to fund their elections? How? Would Atiku, Obi, and all these guys fund their elections? Now, the greed and hunger of Nigeria don't increase. If you enter election, look at Edo State election. We had reports that APC was giving 30,000. PDP, they give 5,000, 10,000. Normal Nigerian, we know ourselves as Nigerian. Who you go vote for? Say that the person will bring 10,000 or 5,000, and the person will bring higher than that. So, as you see, I wonder how Atiku will be and the rest will be able to function during the campaigns, using their funds. Now, primary election, they there for ADC. I don't know whether they are going to go with the primary election or they are going to adopt the system of Atiku, because I'm seeing Atiku on people's timeline. Atiku, that is where they are going to settle for, because El-Rufai in a bad market. Amechi no reach. The only people that can push gather the clout of voters, the people that can gather that clout, they are Peter Obi and Atiku. Some people have argued in the past, saying that if they had this combo in 2023, Tinubu for no see front or back. If they had this combo, their division resulted in Tinubu winning the election, taking advantage and winning the election. If they had collaborated together, I tell you, it would be difficult for Tinubu to have said, even it would be difficult for Tinubu to rig the election. But you see, that is fate. Atiku, I think, is very, very self-centered. Atiku, I think, he doesn't want to give in for anybody. He wants to be ahead. Like I said, normal Northern vibes, normal Fulani vibes. That's what they do. If you are Fulani, enter any political arrangement, he go one day ahead of you. He believes, say, him better pass you. You cannot be ahead of him. Any kind of association, political or social or whatever, he believes, say, is very more. Usually, in the past, almost every political party, they get a Northern candidate. Look at Labour Party, Northern candidate. You must get a Northern candidate. If you don't have a Northern candidate, no show for you. People were afraid of the Northern vote because we know that Northerners, they are conservative with their politics. Should na Fulani conquer them. Now the Fulani vibes they get from Northern Nigeria. So as you as it stands now, 2023 is not 2027. Peter Obi Atiku could have done a lot of magic then 2023. But 2027 things are different though. Now Atiku don't cast. El-Rufai don't cast. El-Rufai own 9 cast pass. Amechi no dey amongst. Kwankwaso is not in that radar. The only 2 persons we have is Peter Obi and Atiku. And Peter Obi self, a lot of things that have happened lately. Media propaganda war against Peter Obi and the Obedient movement. It is believed that most of these guys are sponsored Some people, it is their daily activity. They are going 9 to 5 job just for propaganda against the opposition. You see the APC recruiting digital media at a volunteer, with people that are working part-time, with people that are working full-time, with professional digital communication experts. The application is there. Yeah. So with all this, these guys are losing steam. So maybe I've heard that they are coming together to form so the advantage of P2B becoming the presidential candidate is that you have enough clout, enough support from southern Nigeria, and if northern Nigeria is willing to sincerely, not the one that hypocritically, because normally P2B, those northern people, they not to like P2B. It is those one where the eye don't open small. But those core northern fanatics, you know, fanaticism is all over northern Nigeria. And the leaders of the north, the leaders, political leaders in northern Nigeria, need to convince them how they can present P2B as a candidate, which seems impossible. Majority of them would not want a P2B to become a presidential candidate, and Atiku in that party, Atiku will not take the back seat. Northern Nigeria no agree. The same way as obedient movement, no go one see them as a good thing for P2B to be most of the obedient movement, for P2B to become a deputy to Atiku. It will look funny. I'm telling you. So the challenges are more, but the only chance they have is that if they can start a revolution. Revolution has different interpretations. Now, if they can start a revolution that will lead to restructuring agencies of government, like I said before, you see that INEC now be the number one problem we have in Nigeria. INEC. Somebody said that if INEC is not restructured, we will lose democracy. Are we practicing democracy before? Are we practicing democracy before? Forget judiciary, forget police, forget all these guys. INEC now be the main problem. If you cannot revolutionize INEC and make sure Nigerians are confident that if they go out and vote, it will reflect their choice. Like I said, Tinubu does not have street credibility. Anything you see say na gra. You see, during the elections, if people vote for Tinubu, it's not because they intentionally wanted to vote for Tinubu. It is because of the inducement. Yes, people are not voting their conscience anymore. People are hungry to the extent that if they are going to exercise their vote, they are going to sell their votes. Nobody's ashamed of selling his vote now. I saw it during the last by-elections. Nobody's ashamed. Now we go church pass. Now we go mosque pass. Now we religious pass. Now we get church all over the world. Now we be highest for church. But yes, no morality. It tells you a lot about Nigeria. And the funny thing that some people are still praying for the one Nigeria that will destroy you. That's what you are praying for. You are already destroyed, because normally we know they behave like human being again. There are some things that will happen in Nigeria, in other countries, that will happen in Nigeria. If it happens in other countries, they go revolt. I'm telling you. It's just like you are in a room and somebody just excretes in one side of that room. You say because it is that side that the person excretes, you know excrete for your side, and you are okay with that. You cannot do anything. If they affect you, the smell they affect you. That's how it is. We are divided along tribe, religion, and political affiliation, whatever it is, class, upper class, lower class. So as it stands, I don't know what the election result will be between Tinubu, because it is Tinubu against the rest. I repeat, it is Tinubu against the rest. I see an article wanting to bring P2B as deputy. The obedient movement will divide. The obedient movement will say, some people will say anything to remove Tinubu. Some people will come to that conclusion. Look, watch. Some people will come to that conclusion and say, anything that we can do at all to remove Tinubu, I am in for it. And they will now go with the Atiku Obi ticket. Then the APC propaganda machine, they prepare themselves. It seems say APC don't get the signal, say Peter Obi go deputize Atiku. It be like so. Let's say they don't get the signal. That's why you see recruitment everywhere. They will bombard social media, whether it is Facebook or whether it is TikTok or whether it is whatever it is, YouTube, everywhere. They go bombard everywhere, Twitter, with their own side of the story. Like I told you, propaganda is not false information. Propaganda is, we have different styles. You see, when you listen to a husband and wife say husband, they beat him or this one on that. If you follow the explanation of the wife only, that is propaganda. You are listening to propaganda. But if you listen to the two sides of the story, you are being fair and objective. If you listen to the husband, if you listen to the wife, you now draw your conclusion. You have listened to the full report. But what the APC and other people, APC 2015, they will tell you one side of the story, amplify it and magnify it to the extent that it becomes the reality. You see, what we are living in Nigeria, in Africa, is somebody's reality. Something they presented to us over and over again, and we started adapting to those things, whether they are lies or they are truths or they are, the information about religion. Most times, most of the things presented to us, most of them, they are inconsistent with the reality. Those, when we were young, you see Jesus, they put Jesus for one poster. Jesus come like Oyibo man, you just go do like this, with a heart of fruit or whatever it is. They give us an impression that Jesus is an Oyibo. Most of us will not even go and do research. Until recently, some people started digging out and making revelations that Jesus is not that Oyibo that they were showing us. Over the years, some people have been, your mind, they have been tuned. They have been dogmatic. They have reinvented your mode of reasoning and what you know to what they want you to know. So that's propaganda. The APC is ready, getting ready to push propaganda 2026. My brother, you see, God will help you. I pray you listen to this channel, because maybe I may dedicate some other time to push, to identify which propaganda is which and which is not which. Or if they tell the propaganda half part of the story, we'll have to tell the full part of that story. Yes. Most people, the tax bill was introduced. Nigerians never knew that everybody would pay tax, because normally Nigerians are not used. The impression they gave is that the rich people will pay tax. The rich people. That's the impression they gave. Already, the rich people will pay tax. That is true. But the full truth is that the poor Nigerian will also pay tax. The poor Nigerian, the poverty-stricken Nigerian will pay tax. Yes. And another truth is that we don't have a system that is transparent and accountable. Yes. If you want to hold your leaders accountable, now then go they find boys who will come attack you for night. Go they find way to come and silence you. That is how your leaders react to accountability. So the full truth here is that tax bill is good, but the system we are operating cannot deliver dividends of democracy with even tax. If let us be paying 50% tax, the people that will steal the money. See, some politicians, your Nigerian politicians, they grew with corruption in the system, in the civil services. Somebody was promoted, somebody entered an office. He got involved in the corruption in the office, even upgraded corruption. Through that corruption that has been made a law, or written law, they promote you through corruption. You buy a car through corruption. You build house through corruption. You marry wife through corruption. You born children through corruption. You send your children go school through corruption. You do your PhD through corruption. You do your visa through corruption. You go abroad through corruption. Everything is through corruption that you are achieving it today. How would that person now get into position of power and tell you that he wants to fight corruption? Does it make sense? Someone that is wired, it gets to a point whereby you get involved in a certain thing, it becomes your truth. You get involved in a certain thing, you keep doing something over and over again, it becomes your truth. Sometimes you lie to yourself unconsciously. When you are speaking the truth, in quote, that lie you have been lying to yourself, it becomes, you say it as if it is your truth. So you cannot tell me that the system we are practicing can bring good governance to the people with which tax bill. It is going to see, the rich know how to dodge the tax bill. The rich know how to dodge it. Does the poor know? Say you get limited liability. See, let's move on. But the point here is that restructuring is it. An Atiku presidency will not get the coalition anywhere. A P2B presidency, a little more effort to run so many. See, you may say I'm supporting a P2B. Imagine an Atiku presidency and everybody aligns and say we are running this and that and that and that. You are not as resolved as Southern Nigeria to make sure a Southern person becomes president. The fanatics of the fanatics, which are some of the people, Biafran supporters, in quote, because these guys are resolute in what they want to do. If they would say that instead of an Atiku to become president, Tinubu should become president, who are you? The Northern Nigeria doesn't have a voice. It is what their leaders tell them. It is how they are being wired. It is what the propaganda that they have sold to them. That is what they are using to vote. Today, one cleric will say, everybody, we are voting for this person. It's different from Southern Nigeria. Southern Nigeria, people have made up their mind. Even though they are being coerced through propaganda or media or whatever, or what they are being shown, or what they are seeing, or what they are telling them, or the lies they are telling them. They also have some little space to make a decision for them, decide for themselves. Go. That this is what I'm going to do. So, Southern presidency is it. Whether I like it or not, if Atiku wants to try his luck, he should try his luck. I know that it is one of the most difficult things. These people underrated Tinubu. That is my problem. These people underrated Tinubu. And it is bad if you underrate someone like Tinubu. What can Tinubu do? Look at Erufai was saying Tinubu thinks he's going to win the election. Anybody that thinks that Tinubu will win the election, the person is blah, blah, blah. He was making mad. Now the same person going to come say, if we don't come out against this guy, he's not saying that he will win the next election. No. He said that if we don't come out against Tinubu, he'll go rule for life. You see, you can see the different thing. It's an amount they make. Northern Nigeria is not the same like before. There's no cohesion. So many ambitious people have risen in Northern Nigeria that want to become president even before Erufai or Atiku. They are much more ambitious than Erufai. They don't even send them. They don't send them at all. If an Ubasani can treat Erufai like that, if Fintiri can treat Atiku like that, my brother, North is finished. North is finished. There's nothing left in Northern Nigeria again. May God help Nigerians.